what we're going to talk about today is something called Pascal's triangle, and it's a triangle of numbers that has a pattern, and it was first discovered. I shouldn't say discovered. It was first recorded by a mathematician named Blaise Pascal a couple thousand years ago. That's why it's called Pascal's triangle. But this is a great way to start the year because it's going to get you doing a little bit of math, mostly just arithmetic and adding numbers together. But we're going to start looking for some patterns in this. And patterns is really what math is all about. So what we have here is going to be a triangle of numbers. And there's going to be a bunch of rows here. Actually, you can make as many rows of this as you want, because you can always take one row and use that row to get the next row. All right? We're going to start with a 1 at the top of the triangle, and then each row is going to have one more number than the row above it. So this row has one number, so the next row is going to have one more number, which is going to be how many? How many numbers is one more than 1? What's 1 more than 1? 2. So the next row is going to have 2 numbers. Then the next row is going to have 3 numbers. Then the next row is going to have 4 numbers. All right, so we're always adding one more number. Okay, a couple of rules about this. The first number and the last number are always going to be 1. So since the next row has 2 numbers and it starts and ends with a 1, it's just going to look like that. It's pretty easy. The next row has 3 numbers. It's going to start and end with a 1, but we have to figure out what's going to go in the middle here. And this is where the rule for Pascal's triangle comes in. To get this number here, go in this spot, what we're going to do is we're going to take the 2 numbers above it and add them together. So this number here, we're going to take 1 plus 1 and we get 2. And it goes there. All right, so that's the third row of Pascal's triangle. Now let's go to the fourth row. How many numbers are going to be in the fourth row? How many? 4, because we're going to have one more number in it. It's going to start and end with a 1. So these other 2 numbers, the one that goes here and the one that goes here, those are going to be, we're going to figure those out by adding up the 2 numbers above it. So right here in this slot, we're going to do 1 plus 2 and get what? 3. And then in this spot right here, we're going to do 2 plus 1 and get 3. Pretty simple, right? All right, let's do the next row. How many numbers are going to be in the fifth row? 5. Starts and ends with a 1. So we've got 3 more numbers to figure out. What's going to go right here? Yeah, 1 plus 3 gives us 4. In the middle, 3 plus 3 gives us 6. And then the next one, 3 plus 1 gives us 4. Not bad, right? So really the only math you have to do here is adding numbers together. Let's look at what the sixth row would be really quick. I'm not going to write it down. What number would go here?
What do you start with?
1. How about here? 5. How about here? 10. How about here? 10. How about here? 5 and 1. Okay, what do you guys notice about the numbers over here on the left side and the numbers over here on the right side? Remember, we had a 5 here, we had a 5 here, we had a 10 here, we had a 10 here. What do you guys notice about the left and the right side? They're the same, right? It's what we call symmetrical. You guys know what symmetry means? So it's the same on the left side as it is on the right side. That's actually going to be really helpful because the triangle you're going to fill out is a lot bigger. And you're going to have a lot of numbers to add together. And if you know that like this box right here is going to be the same as this box right here, it's going to make it really easy. Because then you only have to add the numbers together once and you get 2 boxes. All right? So your task is to fill out this Pascal's triangle. Now, before we get started here, a lot of people like to use the patterns in this triangle. We know that the numbers going down the side here, the first number in each row is going to be what? Those are all going to be 1. So a lot of people just like to fill in those 1s right off the bat. Now, I'm going to fill in the first few rows here like I did before. We have a 3 here, we have 4, 6, 4 here, 5, 10, 10, 5, and 1 here. I want you to notice another pattern that might be helpful. What's going on right here? This number, this number, this number, this number. What's that? It's just going in order. It's just counting up, right? And the same thing is true going down this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to go all the way down. All right, and the reason that's happening is because we're always just adding 1 to it to get the next one. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus 1 is going to give us 6 here, and so on. So if we use those patterns, it's going to make filling out the triangle a lot easier. All right, so you've got the rest of the hour to fill out the Pascal's triangle that Mrs. Lidikin is handing out. If you need help with it, if you want us to check to make sure you're doing it right, let us know. And this is going to be due on Thursday. So if whatever you don't finish today in class, you need to take home with you and bring it back to class Thursday.
If I were you guys,